Hi ladies, welcome back to Baddie Lit. This one's juicy. Real women, real stories. No filters, no sugarcoating, just raw truth, laughter, and lessons from women who've lived it. So grab your tea, get comfy, and let's dive straight into the chaos and glow-ups that made us who we are.
Girls, I did a thing, and I'm really proud of myself. Now, to the man I'm talking about, if you see this video, I'm sorry. But I just had to talk about it because the girls need to know that this is the new way. And if there are girls who have already been doing this, good for you. Amazing. A couple weeks ago, this guy that I've not been seeing, but we hang out, whatever. He goes, yeah, you want to go see this movie or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Let's go on. He says, let's go on Saturday. And I'm like, okay, let's go on Saturday. Now, Saturday comes around, he texts me in the morning, good morning, sunshine, yappa, 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 cool, cool, cool. But then I don't hear from him again because I'm at a photo shoot. And then after my photo shoot, I respond and I'm like, hey, what's up? Don't hear from him. Don't hear from him at 1 p.m. Don't hear from him at 3 p.m. Don't hear from him at 5. Don't hear from him at 6. Even though, after 2 p.m. is too late already. You should have been like, okay, let's meet at this movie theater at this time, whatever. Nothing. So I'm pissed because I'm already like, sir, who do you think you are? You're not that special. You know what I mean? So I go to the movies anyway. I go to the fucking movie by myself. I don't give a fuck. Okay? This guy messages me the next day and he's like, hey, how are you feeling? I'm like, are you dumb? I literally said, are you dumb? He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, were we not supposed to go to the movies yesterday? And he goes, oh my God, I just thought I said something about this weekend loosely. I'm like, you're stupid. I didn't even want to talk to him anymore, but I did anyway. And then he goes, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, don't be mad. I said, send me 200 euros right now or be blocked. When I tell you, the money was on my account stat. It was on my account stat. He sent me the fucking money. And the next day we called each other and he was like, you scared the living shit out of me because I know you would fucking do it and you would never speak to me again. And I said, absolutely. Because are you dumb? So anyway, definitely use that. Be compensated for your wasted time.
If you slide in my DMs and you have a woman, 100% I'm ratting you out every single time. This is not a safe space. Which brings me to my story. So I just got a request from this girl on Instagram and I'm like, we have one person in common. Okay, it's a guy. So I'm like, she must be dating this guy. And she wants to see, am I hot? Is he liking my photos? Is he commenting? I already know, you're trying to snoop. So I go on her profile and I see, he's posted all over her Instagram, all over. And he's even in her bio, she has his name tagged and she has the lock emoji. She's saying she's locked and key. This is my man. And I was like, I remember this guy sliding in my DMs actually. And then I'm like, has he just started seeing this girl? So I go on his profile. She's not posted at all. She's not in his bio. There's not even one single photo of her. It looks like how I remember it, just being him. And I'm like, when did this guy message me again? I remember not being interested, but I'm just here for the tea now. So I look up his name in my messages and he messaged me in September. Then I go back to her profile. I was like, when did she start posting him? So she posted him August. And that's actually her first post even on her Instagram. She doesn't have anything prior to that. And this is of last year, 2023. So he messaged me, he added me in September and then messaged me asking if I went to so-and-so high school. And I did. So I responded and I said, yes, I did, but I don't recognize you. And he said, oh, I don't know if we knew each other, but what year did you graduate? And then I just ended the conversation. And in December, I posted a selfie. It was a hot one. And he messaged me saying wife material. And I didn't react to it. I didn't comment on it at all. And then I go back to her profile. I was like, what were they doing in December? She's posting about his birthday, love of my life. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this poor girl. So after I pretty much got the scoop of what's going on and what has happened between me and this guy that I had absolutely no interest in. Oh, and by the way, she is absolutely stunning. This girl is so beautiful. So I don't accept her request because I don't like to accept girls on my profile just for them to snoop. Like, I already know what you're here for. So I message her and I'm like, hey, I see that we have this one guy as a mutual. This is our only mutual connection. What do you need to know, girl? I got you. She hasn't responded yet because I just messaged her, but I am prepared to send her the screenshot so she knows that he's trying to slide in another girl's DMs while she's claiming him. And I'm also gonna have a talk with her. I'm also gonna say, listen, why are you claiming this man when this man wants nothing to do with you according to his profile? He doesn't want girls to know he's taken. I'm also gonna offer her a loyalty test. I'm gonna ask her if she wants me to message him and see if he'd hang out with me, because I think he would.
You want to hear some juicy small town gossip in a town you ain't never heard of in Kentucky? Of course you do. All right, honey, well, listen to this. So there was this married couple. They had been married about 2 or 3 years, and they owned their own business. Well, they didn't, but the husband's family owned their own business, and it had just recently went out of business. So the wife had just found a job. The husband had not found a job yet. Well, he was staying at home with the baby. They had a little bitty baby. Well, she goes to work, and he calls her, and he was like, hey, I've got some things I've got to do. I'm going to drop the baby off at your mom's, and if you don't mind, you can pick her up whenever you get off work. And she was like, okay, well, where are you going? Oh, well, I'm going golfing with the boys, and we're going to go do this and do that. I'm helping a buddy out. And she was like, okay. Well, she found it really strange because he hated her mom and would have never dared to like go to her house and drop the baby off. So she knew, red flag. So she calls her mom. Yeah, the baby's there. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go figure out what he's doing. Something is up. Also, to mention, there was money missing out of their account. Like, not a huge amount, but just enough to like notice. And she thought that was really weird. So anyway, she leaves work and she goes to the golf course, wasn't there. Goes to the buddy's house, wasn't there. And she's like, well, I don't know where he's at. I'm gonna go get my youngin' and just go on home. Well, she goes and gets the baby, pulls up in the driveway, all the lights are off, but his truck is there. And she was like, that is so weird. What the crap? So, and he's not answering his pager because at this point there wasn't even any cell phones. There was pagers. Well, so she puts that baby on her hip, honey, and walks in the house, and guess what? You ain't going to believe it. He had I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on here. So he had a girl that dances on a pole with no clothes on in their bed. Honey, I reckon that woman dragged her out of the bed, beat her brains out. They fit like cats and dogs. She threw her out of the house. They live like right dad smack in the middle of town, butt naked. She had to go to the neighbor's house to use their landline phone to call her daddy. And guess what else? Her daddy was a preacher. What the crap? Can you believe that? I'd be ashamed. I would be ashamed if my daddy was a preacher and he had to come pick me up butt naked because I was getting paid to do services. Oh, what the crap? Anyway, there's you some small town gossip in Kentucky.
I always thought it was pretty remarkable that in 23 years of life as a woman, I had never experienced such wrathful, period, female rage. I'd experienced female rage, but not like hormonal. Okay, just hear me out. Yesterday, I had the most excruciating cramps of my life. I was throwing up, I was having vertigo, whatever. And I finally get home, and I'm walking to my door, I get out of my car, and there's a man on a bike. This has never happened. Circling around my house, screaming vulgar catcalls at me. And I wish I could see the fucking glare that I gave him. I whipped my head around, and all of a sudden, I am overtaken by a hormonal rage that shakes me, and I start chasing him down the street. Nothing crossed my mind how dangerous this was, how crazy, fucking insane this was, how loud I was in front of my neighbors. I throw my purse down and I charge, following his bike and berating him. I mean, I mean, I really scared myself. And I don't think he probably moved. I mean, my God, it was so fucking scary. So ladies, if you're struggling with your period, just go yell at a man, because that made me feel honestly a lot better.
My husband's girl best friend tried inviting herself to stay at our house while she is in town. Ready with me, anonymous story time. I'm just curious to know, what are your thoughts about your man having a girl best friend? My husband and his girl best friend have been friends since they were kids. We're gonna give her the name Jessica. Jessica and my husband were very close growing up, and then Jessica ended up moving her last year of high school, but they did remain in contact. I personally have never met Jessica, and she refuses to have any contact with me. Red flag, right? I think the crazy part is that she has voiced to my husband that it makes her uncomfortable that I want to talk to her. But the thing is, like, dude, you're my man's best friend. Like, I want to know who you are. And also too, I do want to throw out there that they have had feelings for each other in the past, but it was never during the same time, which is why they never move forward with a relationship. Many say I am a strong soldier for even allowing my husband to have a best friend. But if we're being honest, I'm not really too concerned about cheating. I also want to throw out there that my husband has never been the type of person to hide his phone. In fact, there are a lot of times where whenever he is texting her, he literally will open the message in front of me and like things like that. So I honestly trust my husband. But the thing is, like, I'm starting to get this like gut intuition that she is starting to get feelings for my husband again. Without me even having to tell my husband, he ended up having a conversation with her, because I guess there were certain times where he kind of just realized that she was acting a little bit flirty, and he personally did not like that. So honestly, that's another reason why I'm not really too worried, because the fact that my husband took initiative and told her to back off just kind of just gave me that reassurance that if he really was the one cheating, or if he was doing something sneaky behind my back, then he would have not done that. Or could I be wrong? Okay, so here is a little bit of my issue. Basically, my husband ended up coming up to me and he told me that Jessica is coming in town and that she wants to stay at our house. Like, you're telling me that the girl who's never wanted to meet me wants to stay at my house? What? I'm not even a jealous person, and I'm not even worried about my husband doing anything with her. Like, I really genuinely trust my husband, but it's just the fact that this girl had the audacity to feel comfortable staying at my house, but she's not comfortable meeting me. Like, how does that make sense? Like, you're literally staying at my house, but you don't want to meet me. Like, I ended up telling my husband that I do not want her to stay at my house because, first of all, my husband can't even get those days off from work. So imagine it's literally gonna be me and my husband's best friend in my house. Like, I honestly, I'm just not gonna feel comfortable. Like, the fact that she didn't even want to meet me and she's gonna stay at my house and it's literally just gonna be her and I, like, no thank you. See, and the problem here is I would have been okay if we were all friends, but the thing is she never wanted to meet me for whatever reason. Like, I do not care if my husband has a best friend as long as I get to meet her and we are all friends. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really that girl, but the fact that he had to go to her and have that conversation and say to back off because he literally has a wife, to me was a little bit alerting. Again, like, I'm not really too worried on his end, but she is the one who I don't trust. So yes, I do feel very uncomfortable having a stranger, because she may not be a stranger to him, but she's a stranger to me. I don't feel comfortable having a stranger in my home for more than 4 days. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. If you're wondering what my husband thinks about all of this, he basically let me make the decision. If I don't want her here, then he's totally okay with it, and if I'm okay with her being here, then he's totally okay with it. Like, he honestly doesn't care. He just wants me to be okay with it and comfortable. If you know me, you know I'm the type of person where I just feel bad like standing up for myself. Like, I don't know, it's so annoying. I've been like this since I grew up. And so I'm just like, what if I just help her pay for a hotel? Like, she doesn't have to stay with me, but I can like help her. Me and my husband can help her get a hotel. But at the same time, I'm like, why do I have to pay a hotel for someone who I don't even know? Like, that's his best friend. And at the same time too, like, if you are booking a trip and you have nowhere to stay, then why even book a trip in general? You get. Please let me know down below if I am being unreasonable or if I have a right to be cautious. Made it this far. The story times are back. I love you.
Story time of how my best friend got with my boyfriend. Just for the sake of this story, we'll call the girl Emma and the guy Brian. Okay, so Emma didn't go to my school. I went to the same school as Brian. To be honest, I don't even know how me and Emma met because we went to different schools, but we literally became best friends like instantly. And me and Brian, I don't know how long exactly we dated, but we dated for like a few months, bro. Like, this wasn't like a 2-week relationship. We would all hang out with each other because we all went to the same like youth group, so we had like the same group of people, so we obviously just all hung out together. And I guess because we spent all of our time together like as a group, she literally ended up falling in love with my boyfriend. As my relationship keeps like progressing, she continues to tell him lies about me. And mind you, none of this was ever accurate. Like, she literally told him I cheated on him, like, I guess multiple times or once. I'm not too sure because I didn't obviously do that. So, like, okay. But he never confronted me about any of this. So I had no idea until after we broke up. She was literally trying so hard to get him. And looking back now, I'm like, how did I literally not realize this? Because honestly, you are not a good friend to me if you're trying to secretly get with my boyfriend behind my back and tell lies about me. Like, what? And then the craziest part is she was literally feeding me lies about him too. So she was literally turning us on each other just so she could have him. I ended up losing feelings because I was like, you're telling me all this stuff about him. And I didn't want to confront because I was also just like losing feelings in general. So that is like my bad, but like she didn't help to this cause at all. So me and Brian ended up breaking up, and guess who got with him the second we broke up? Emma did. I started getting snaps from Emma on Brian's phone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way this is happening right now. She's my best friend. So then they break up, of course, and then I find out through Brian about all the lies she says. Then I tell him all the lies she said, and we're like, wow. And then he told me how crazy she was and how like manipulative she was. We met at the same place, ran into each other. She told me so much stuff that was obviously lies about him because I was like, there's no way he would do that. And mind you, she did all of this in middle school. This was middle school behavior. This was like 7th and 8th grade, right before like freshman year. So imagine how crazy she is now. And I just want to say, I'm not trying to bring up like old drama or anything like that. It's literally just a story time, and it just popped in my head because I'm like, that's crazy that happened in middle school. Like, we're middle schoolers and this happened when we were like, what, 14? Like, that's crazy.